son just was enjoying some James Gang this weekend and heard this song and wanted to learn it, so here we are. This is off their third album. It's called Thirds, and it's in E-flat tuning, so tune all your strings down half step. I've written this out. My notes and the link below will get you those to download. And we're going to go over all the little bits that Joe does in this to make it such a wonderfully memorable song. There's just the way he hits the dead notes and goes into the chords. It's really well done. So, to start out with, I like to get the intricacies of the song, and this intro lick really has some intricacies. So we're going to start out with two scratches, down, up, and then we'll be on the fourth, third, and second string, referencing a D, and then coming up to the fifth, sixth, and seventh fret on those strings, referencing an A. Now you'll hold that A the first time he hits it for a count, and then go back to A twice. And the A's are staccato. He stops between. Then there's another down-up scratch, and then our D to A. Then he stops and does four scratches, so it's down, up, down, up. And then he does three Ds, so three hits on the seventh fret. And they're really down hits, you can tell that. Then we're back to the A held, and then two A's staccato, back to one chuck. And then a D to A. That A's held, and then you'll hear a little chuck, and then a slide into seven with three hits. All right, there's definitely a slide there. So like I said, these little nuances, are they necessary? No, but you know, we want to learn, at least I do, what these guys are thinking, their timing and so forth. So I think that helps. So the intro from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're into the verse. So the verse, he will do this 7 times, but there's no variation in it. It's basically the way he starts it out, because we come in with those 3 7s. We're going to start with our A held, and then 2 staccato A's to a chuck, and then 7 to A, all right, or D to A. He'll do that 7 times. On the 7th time, he kind of holds the 2 A's as he hit them. And that leads you into the pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus will basically involve F sharp minor to D. Second time we're going to go F sharp minor, D to E. But they're played more as chords of there. So the first half of the pre-chorus is 5 hits on the F sharp minor with 2 scratches between, except the last one. So then we hit an open E, which lets us get to the D. And we're going to hit 5 Ds with the scratches between, and then an open A on the 5th string. sharp minor, same rhythm. Then we hit D twice, and then E twice, power chords. And then we're into the chorus. All right, so not real difficult. For the pre-chorus, the rhythm is exactly the same as the chorus. The chorus is going to be 2 hits on an A, and then you want to get the position of a B minor, but add the F sharp to it. 2 chucks, and then the chord. Let that chord ring out. Then 2 chucks, move it up, including that 6th string, to a C with a G over it. And then back to the B minor with the F sharp over it. And then we do 2 chucks and we're into an A chord, held a little bit, another A, and then 3 hits on the D. Same thing, repeat. But he slides into 7 this next time. Alright, and then we're into verse 2. Verse 2 is just like verse 1. There are licks in there. I've noted when they come in. We'll go over all the licks at the end, including the solo. Alright, so now we're verse 2, and then we're into pre-chorus 2 and chorus 2, just like we've learned. And then at that point, we come into the solo rhythm. The solo rhythm is basically a whole measure of the verse. Alright, we do that 5 times, and then we do a pre-chorus after the solo. Pre-chorus, this would be the 3rd one, and 3rd chorus are just like what we've learned, and then verse 3, just like we've learned, to pre-chorus 4 and chorus 4, and then we're into the outro. The outro of the song is the chorus, just repeated. We'll do it, I think, 4 times as they fade out, all right? So you get the idea, and then that fades out. We have licks there. When they do the outro, it kind of goes, there's a wah-wah lick that's very prominent. I will teach you that. There are some slides and different things going on that I just didn't, quote, bother with. It's just kind of all over the place. So during the intro, the first lick you'll hear, which again is very memorable, it'll be this. Alright, what we're doing on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, slide into 10, use your first finger because that gets you in position for the 12th fret where the rest of the notes live. Alright, and then we're going to take the 12th fret of the 2nd string, bend that up, and then we'll hit 12 on the 1st string 3 times before hitting 12 on the 2nd released. And then we hit 10. So we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, the next lick you'll hear will come in during the verse. Alright, and what he's going to do on the 3rd string with a bend at the 7th fret and slow release. Then he'll grab 5 hammered onto 7 on that 3rd string. And then on the 1st string, grab 5 and then 7 bent with vibrato. Okay, so once we have that lick, we're into the 3rd lick, which comes in, and again, it's all noted in my notes. will be on the second string. We're going to bend it, hit it as it's bent, and then bend it again 3 more times. And then a release till we hit 5 on the third string with a bend and catch 5 on the fourth string. It's a really odd lick, but it's in there. It almost sounds like it doesn't belong, but it's in there, so we got this. The first measure of the solo, as I've written it out, will sound like this. Alright, so what we're doing, we're sliding from the 4th fret of the 3rd string to the 6th fret. Use your middle finger because that'll get you in position 5 with your first finger. And we'll grab on the 2nd string 5, 7, and then come back to 5 with a bend. And some vibrato. Repeat that. The next lick, a little different. We're going to slide from 4 to 6. We'll hit 5 to 7 on the 2nd string, and then 7 again with a slow bend and then a release. And then what we do after that release is hit 7 to 5, and then 6 on the 3rd with a bend and then a slow release. And then end up on the 1st string at 5. Alright, so we have this so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the next part of the solo, there's actually an overdub guitar. So I'm going to show you how to play, quote, both notes together the same. And it sounds wonderful. Alright, so we're going to start out with the second measure of the solo, just like we have, sliding into 6 and then hitting the 5 to 7 on the 2nd string back to 5 bent. Alright, then we're going to slide in on the 3rd string from 4 to 6 and catch double stops. We'll go 5th on the 1st string, 6th on the 3rd. And then we move them up together. We're going to go a half step on that 3rd string, full step on the 1st string. So we'll be at 7, 8, 9. Okay, so again, there's an overdub guitar playing with the first guitar, which I think is much higher in the notes, but we can, you know, play that this way. Alright, then we're into this next lick, which is frankly very difficult. It's a country lick, and what makes it really difficult, and Joe uses this a lot, but what makes it difficult is the position we're in. We're going to move up to the 2nd position with our first finger, and what he does is bend the 4th string up and catch the 5th fret of the 1st string to the 2nd fret to the 5th fret of the 2nd string while that bend is held. After he reaches 5 on the 2nd string, he hits that 4th fret of the 3rd string with a release to the 2nd fret. Okay, like I said, it's really difficult. It is a true country lick, and the more you play it up the fretboard, it becomes a bit easier. Because you don't have all that tension and where you are in a position. So if it's really difficult for you, bend that up, hit the notes, don't worry about the rest ringing, but keep that note bent so when you hit it again you can release it. Alright, so we've hit the 2nd fret there on the 3rd string. Then we're going to come to the 4th string, 2nd fret hammered to 4. This will be a nice little run. To the 3rd string, 2, and then 4 slid up to 6, catching 5 on the 2nd. We'll hit 6 again, slide back to 4, and then a basic power A chord on the 4th and 3rd string. Alright, so that very last part, or the 2nd measure of the solo. So during chorus 3, as I've noted, you will hear lick 4, which sounds like this. Alright, we're going to hit on the 1st string 19 twice, jumping to the 3rd string at 16 bent up, then hit 17 unbent on the 2nd string, and hit 16 again to release. And then 14 with some vibrato. So again, there's a lot of really country licks in this. So after that chorus 3 lick, we're into verse 3, and it has a lick. And this lick took a lot of listening to, and if you try to play these licks and have a program that will allow you, they are all in the right channel. So slide over to the right channel and you'll be able to hear all the licks in the mix. Alright, so the next lick, we're going to be at the 10th position, starting on the 2nd string at 12. Alright, so what we're doing on the 2nd string, bending that up at 12, and then we'll follow that up on the 1st string, 10, 11, 12, back to the 2nd string, 10, 12, and then hit 11 on the 3rd string. To the 10 on the 2nd, and this is where I found it written out a lot of ways, bent up and so forth, but I really hear him sliding from 12 up to 17, alright, which would be the E note. And then coming back to 10 on that 2nd. Alright, so lick 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of a slide up, slide down, and then we are into the outro. So the outro, like I said, is that chorus and their chords, but what we're going to do with the wah-wah, we're going to be playing 5 on the 5th string, 5th fret, hammered into 7, and then 5, 7, 5 on the 4th string. And we'll do that twice. That last 5 has a little vibrato. And one more time. Then we're going to take 7 on that 5th string, slide back to the 5th fret, and hit 3, landing on 5 on the 6th. So that lick, again, with the wah-wah, you can listen to it. Frankly, I just didn't get my wah-wah out, but it's one of those things. That's the lick he's doing. Even if you don't play with a wah-wah, it sounds good. And that's the outro lick. So I really hope this helps everybody. A really, really fun song to play. And I hope you all enjoy.